Hello and a good Monday morning to you, my marshmallow ambrosia whooper worlds of coffee cheers. I don't know. I'm not at 100% today, so bear with me if my voice gives out. Doing my best. But yeah, we've got some books to talk about. So welcome to today's weekly reading book review. I have so many exciting things about to happen, but first I'll tell you about the books I read, books I'm currently reading, books I might read next. You never know. And then 3 giveaways happening in the next 24 hours. Okay, we can do it. I believe in you all. Okay, might be more than 3 giveaways. Anyway, okay, here we go. The first one I finished was Heather Fawcett's The Islands of Elsewhere. You may know Heather Fawcett from Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, her adult fairy trilogy fantasy. I'm obsessed with her middle grade. It is perfectly Polly Horvath meets Natalie Lloyd in a blender. Just the right dash of magic without a lot of rules. It's just how I like to explain my own work. It's just kind of like heightened reality. Yeah, just a dash of magic because I believe in it. Anyway, so The Islands of Elsewhere, Heather Fawcett, 3 sisters visiting their grandpa for the summer, and is there or isn't there buried treasure? Because great grandma was a pirate. Along the lines of Robin Hood, a good pirate, of course. Okay, the next one I read was a library book. This is a middle grade, full color graphic novel called Drama by Raina Telgemeier. Hopefully I said that right. And, you know, theater kids. So that was fun. A lot of misplaced crushes, as happens in the theater. Okay, and the next one, the only other one I finished, but I am substantially through a couple other books. This is Andromeda by Therese Bohman. This was translated from the Swedish into English because I do not speak or read Swedish. Very short. I loved it. So this was a January book of the month pick, and they described it as esoteric and thoughtful and pensive, whatever. Anyway, it's just one of those kind of slice of life literary, maybe not a lot happens, but it's very character study. And it's a young woman who gets involved at a publishing company and gets mentored by an older man who has rigid ideals of important literature and what makes a good book. Even if people will buy the other stuff, it's kind of like rote and blah, 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 what people think's important versus good literature that will endure. And then hopefully this isn't a spoiler, but the second half of the book then is his upbringing and how he got involved in publishing. And then as he meets her, how that friendship evolved. So it's like 2 really deep character studies about people involved at a publisher in Sweden. And I loved it. Very simple, easy to read. I liked it. Okay. One of those, not a lot happens, so just be warned, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, currently reading, I've got about 100 pages left. This is Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary. It's almost 500 pages, but it's a page turner, and this is the book club I moderate this month's pick. So I will have lots to say, and I don't want to say it because saving all of that thoughts. Also, I'm not done until book club. So I will catch you next week with all the things about Project Hail Mary. Something just happened, guys, and I'm not okay with it, so keep you posted. Okay, this has been my purse book this week, so if I just have to be somewhere and waiting for a few minutes, I grab this one out of the purse. This is BAMBI by Felix Salten. You know I love to read the original books that movies are based on. Specifically, not all movies. They make too many books in the movies these days, and there's no relation. But I've always been fascinated, especially with Disney animation, how they take the original and then turn it into their own storytelling. Fascinating. And I'd never read BAMBI before. So it's nice and short. I obviously got this very vintage 1960s copy from my used bookstore and enjoying that. Very pastoral, very soothing, very just kind of like throw in the woods, but we get the animals talking. I'd rather have animals talking than just tell me about a leaf. So lovely. And just started this morning, so I'm all of like 5 pages into it. Murder Takes a Vacation by Laura Lippman, which I got from the library, and thankfully they extended my due date, so I have another week to read that. It's an old woman who has been widowed for 10 years, and she's taking a trip to Paris and then a cruise up and down the Seine, and obviously, according to the tagline, 8 days, 7 nights, 1 dead body. So this will be interesting. Probably along the lines of Thursday Murder Club, because she's an older woman, and I'll keep you posted. Again, I'm like 5 pages, 10 pages in. She's at the airport still, so in Baltimore. So keep you posted on that. And then this is The Wand Keepers by Tiffany McDaniel. Not currently reading, but I have it in my stack because my next post after this video will be something very exciting about this book. So stay tuned. You know I love it. And audiobook. I don't even know if I picked it up, but I knew I was currently in the middle of the audiobook for the DALLERGUT Dream Department Store, so I can read the sequel, The DALLERGUT Dream-Making District by miye. So hope to read that next and finish the audio reread of the first one so I can read the second one before next week's travel. So coming to my Substack momentarily. Of course, we have very exciting something happening next post here. And then if you get on my Substack, my very free Substack, which usually only has a monthly recap, it's called the Marker Recap every month, monthly Marker Recap, because it's fun to say. There will be a bonus entry, so you don't have to be on Instagram to enter. And happy mail. I will be sending happy mail. All summer, people have, you know, they ask you, like, you doing any vacations this summer? I had no vacations this summer. But next week, I get to go on a trip. And then 2 weeks after that, I get to go on another trip. And these are your hints, okay? So make sure you're on my Substack, link in my bio, all the happy things. And then last night, you may have seen in my stories that Evelyn Skye, her book, The Incredible Kindness of Paper, came out last Tuesday. And last night she had her Zoom book launch party. Today's the last day to order signed copies from her local bookstore. See her Instagram for all of that info. But also linked in my bio are to get these free stickers that I designed for her, and I made the little paintings, the collage, the cute little kitty and doggy reading her book, all the things. There are links to the videos of me making these as well. She will send you these absolutely free. You don't even need to pre-order the book. You just get free cute stickers. So make sure you do that. And then last night was for her book launch. She did 2 origami workshops. This was just made out of cupcake wrappers. I'm so proud of me. And I did her little paper roses successfully, but my paper was like half the size of hers and it turned out tiny. So I will be remaking and sharing that with you later. Okay. I should probably calm down. Not gonna happen. We're gonna drink more coffee and eat some breakfast. And let me know what stories you're reading, loving, enjoying. And make sure you're on my Substack list because that'll go out in the next 30 minutes. And I love you. And yeah, I'm gonna go make art this week, I promise. And I still need to do my South Carolina New Play Festival blog posts and all the things. So we're working on it. And I love you. Coffee cheers. And yeah, okay. Bye.